Hey friends, this is Julie Tillman. Welcome to my channel. Today is day 2 in a collaboration with some of my design team friends. We are showcasing the brand new One and Done Sentiments die, as well as the Rustic Farms card fronts. And Teresa designed this die specifically to go with the bonus sentiments that are included in the card fronts. There will be more designs coming in future card front releases. And so this die has a double-ended fish banner, as well as some beautiful stitching, and it will cut 11 sentiments at once, the whole sheet. You just center it up on the page and run it through your die cut machine, and you are ready to rock and roll. It's just so wonderful that this is a universal die that will have more things to come. And I've already cut this month's sentiments up. This month's theme is Highland cows. It was the winner in the Facebook poll on what our theme should be this month. So, yay! So I will be working with the Box of the Month products, the Cowgirl Charm paper and the Western Cows ephemera. And I'm also going to bring in the card fronts and that One and Done sentiment die. And we are going to be making some really cute Farmhouse Charm tags. So I've already made a couple of really feminine looking ones with the Herds All Here ephemera. And I made a little paper flower, and we've got a cute little tassel there. And then I used the One and Done, I just cut it with white paper, and I used a sentiment from a stamp set, an older release. And if you look through your stamp collection, I'm sure you'll find a lot of sentiments that you can use with this die. It's very versatile. So I'm going to start making this a little more of a masculine feel to this one. I've already cut the pieces. I'm just using some circular tag dies that I had in my stash, and I am backing the Cowgirl Charm paper with some coordinating colored cardstock just to give it a little more heft, and so that it looks nice on both sides. You could put a message on the back if you wanted. I am inking up all my little layers with gathered twigs Distress Oxide, just to give it a little bit of a vintage feel. And I'm adding a little 1mm foam to the back of my circular cutout, just to have that pop up and just give a little more interest and dimension. So I'm deciding where to put that. I just love that little pinstripe kind of detailing on the paper. I'm using a little bit of gauze. It's just some gauze from a first aid kit, so nothing fancy there, but I thought it would look like maybe a little bay of hail bay? Yeah. A bale of hay. That's the word. And just give a little interest there, a little charm behind that cute little Highland cow. I am not too much of a fan of cows because I grew up on a feedlot, and I've seen enough cows in my life. But I must admit that this little cow guy is really, really cute with his little boots. So I am just putting that down with a little 3-in-1 glue. I usually use Fabri-Tac for things like this, but I'm out of that right now. So we're going with 3-in-1 to give a little, it's got a little more viscosity so that it can really grab onto like thicker pieces and stuff. So now I am just going to put that sentiment from the card fronts like right down at the bottom of my circle panel. And I'm going to add in one of these little tassels. I didn't get that quite glued together, so we're just sealing that up real quick before I put that tassel on. And I got these tassels just online for was like 120 of them in all sorts of colors for $6 or something. And I love to make little charms and tags and bookmarks, so I thought it was a great deal. And now I'm just gonna dress this up with a few little sparkle enamel dots that coordinate. I like to use like a little visual triangle. So I'm just putting those on there, and then I'll kind of add a little glue to make sure that it stays down right where that is. And that will finish up this tag. Isn't he so cute? For the next one, I took out one of the card fronts, and this one has the little pup on it laying on the porch. And so I just used a circle die. You can use any kind of shape for these. They don't have to be circles. You don't have to have a fancy die. I just used a circle die to cut out the portion that I wanted. And then I cut out a larger circle from the wood grain paper and also from a tan paper for the backing. And I'm going to pull in a little pull tab kind of a thing that we can hang our tassel or tie ribbon or whatever. This could be an ornament, it could be a magnet, it could be, you know, a tag on a cute little gift or something. All sorts of stuff that you could do with these. It's a real versatile project. And I am just, you know, adding more of that ink to the edges. This pull tab is 2.5 inches by 0.75 inches. And then I am going to score that at 1 1/4, so just fold it in half. And I'm just going to burnish that end, and then I'm going to use a little corner rounder on the lowest, the smallest corner. Oh, first, before I do the corner rounding, I'm going to punch my hole, and I'm using a Crop-A-Dial with the largest hole, and I went about 1/4 inch in, and now I'm going to use that small rounded die for the 2 corners to give a nice little finished edge. And I am going to add that dimensional foam to the back of my die cut, and that was just the same size, and I didn't want to deal with getting it precisely on video, so I just cut around the edges there. And so I'm going to put the tab on either side. We're going to glue just the bottom little bit on both ends, and we're going to sandwich it between that middle, the middle circle. So I'm just going to make sure that the grain of the wood, if you have a directional pattern, you want to go the same way, so you have things the right direction. And now I'm going to glue on that backer, and you could add white to this. You could add another die cut of a card front or anything more ephemera, whatever you want. I'm just adding a little more of that ink to the corners there, and then we're going to glue this down and add our sentiment. I chose the "From Our Porch to Yours." I thought that was just perfect with this cute little pup that's laying there on the porch waiting for somebody to come home and play with him. So I'm just going to weigh that down a little bit so that the glue has time to set, and then I'm going to add this little tassel on to finish up, and that is our second tag for today. I've made 2 other tags with the more feminine feel, so I used the Herzl here and some stamped sentiments on those ones. As I mentioned before, this is a collaboration, and this is day 2, so be sure to check back tomorrow for day 3 with Tracy and see what tags she has to share with you. I hope that you'll share your tags in the Facebook group, and thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.